So one of the differences between going to my player profile to look at my previous match and pressing X is it shows me my team lineup in the second toggle. Whereas if I were to go to my last match, oh wait, it's giving me my team. That's strange. I wonder why it wasn't doing that before. That's actually really weird because I didn't turn off the Xbox or like anything. And it was like between matches that I did that. So if I press start, I have customize. On my main screen, it's a toggle that goes to customize, but I can start and go to customize. So let's do this. If I go to my armor hall, it loads like this for a long time. That's not even my armor hall. Let's go to the armor hall. So, okay. So here's my armors and you go into it, and then you have to wait for the fucking things to load. They weren't even finished loading. They're all still loading. Things I don't even have. It's a display picture. It's a small little GIF image that wasn't loaded. It's the same deal when you go to your weapons bench. And this is operating fairly well because I've had this open for a while here. But, oh yeah, that's going nice. Happy for it. But, oh, look, I lost. When I came back to this wasn't here. It's an image, and that image was already gone. Let's go to our vehicle bay and see how long that takes. So the principle is that I'm trying to just do basic armor customizations, and I have to wait for all this to come up. So, like, if you want to do that between a match, it's impossible. That's just poor design. That's the principle. It's poor design that I have to wait for it to show up before I even have the opportunity to affect the menu, because the menu doesn't preload any of the prosthetics. You don't need any of the prosthetics, but you're waiting for the menu to show up. Recently they have this thing where it's like a steampunk universe is now online, and they advertise on here and they say go to our website or go to our Facebook page or go to our Twitter page and vote so you can affect it. How come I can't just affect it right here? How come I cannot vote from the console that's advertising it to me? Oh, it's just nonsense. So I just went into this menu. Let's see how quickly it loads. Fairly fast. But this menu has 4 things. AI color, the AI shape, which is like a triangle or a square, and then it gives me an extra menu that goes into whether I want my arms to look like they've been cut off. It has nothing to do with my armor design. It's specifically whether or not I have a prosthesis. And then my body type, which barely has any effect. It literally has no effect. And then I'm waiting for that to load. And then my Spartan ID. So how come those other 4 things weren't just right here? And then this looks awfully familiar. This looks like my profile page. How come all this isn't just on my profile page? It's so confusing as to why there is these menus you have to navigate through to get to almost no functional value. And these functional values just take so long to load. Look, they weren't loaded. I was sitting in this menu for who knows how long, and when I went into that, they still weren't freaking loaded. They weren't loaded the second time. That's what this game is like. Look I want to change the nameplate. When I press on this, it changes the whole whoa, that was a long ass load. I wasn't expecting that. But it didn't come up over here on like a grid of things that I can go through and easily navigate that was already here. Like, this didn't just load everything, because they're just images. They're pixel images, and all it has to do is go from list value 1 to Z. Nothing even has to change, except for where my cursor is on the screen. Everything could have been loaded. It would have been super, super simple and easy to navigate. Instead, it's this clusterfuck. And then, so I backed out of that last menu to get to this, and it's customized. But because I didn't press Start Customize and go into here, it backs me out, because I backed out just of that last menu that I just clicked on, because it went into that menu, it opened that menu. I'm back in the Customize tab of my main screen. How redundant is that? And into the thing that where you press Y, it's my seasonal progress. This is currency. It's locked because I didn't pay $15. But people make in-game purchases for like $5, $7, $15, $20. But if you paid the $15 for the season, you don't get any of that stuff. But in Season 2, they started giving you free currency, and the shop where you go to buy your stuff, I can't even go from like half my menus to the shop. Even if I want to get to the shop, it's inaccessible. Half this stuff, they recycle it. So they're giving away stuff people bought for fucking free. And they did that a lot. There was lots of content that people are getting for free because they had paid a little bit that other people specifically paid for. So I'm going to have to do another video on this because I'm running out of time.